Hey guys, it's Marion from Attire and Beyond in Highland, New York, where we sell new and pre-loved clothing and gifts for you or someone else. So we are reading Anyone Can Live a Happier Life, and we are on the map of human consciousness. And this is by Andrew Mann. There was a time several years ago when everything around me went into meltdown. Every area of my life seemed to disintegrate and fall apart, leaving me an empty shell of a man, broken mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, and finally, spiritually. A sad tale indeed, but thankfully, it wasn't the end of yours truly, as it was just universe's way of dismantling me to get ready for a complete rebuild and overhaul. I love it explained that way. I was very fortunate during this time of reconstruction as wonderful healing modalities such as Reiki, meditation, meridian energy therapies, and NLP, I know this word. I've studied it. Neuro-linguistic programming became a normal part of my life, and I enjoyed the beneficial effect they had upon not only me as a person, but also the effect they had on others close to me. As I ponder those days from a consciousness that is far more calm and elevated than before, I can see with clarity how much technique carried out its own particular healing on the constituent parts of my being. However, there was a teaching that seemed to encompass everything that I was being taught during those amazing times. The teaching I speak of was by the world famous psychiatrist and spiritual master, Dr. David R. Hawkins. Of all the beautiful modalities I was truly grateful to learn about, the map of the human consciousness was a hard one, yet a deeply rewarding blessing that would continue to help me give direction of not only a spiritual nature, but a worldly tool that helped me steer the murky waters of everyday life. Especially when sorting the positive types we meet in life from the numerous negative characters that seem to abound when we least expect. Rooted in the art of kinesiology and the evolution of the soul of mankind, Dr. Hawkins proposes it is possible through muscle testing that a human being may have their level of consciousness or their development of it calibrated and measured. Using an arbitrary scale of 1 to 1,000, the good doctor suggests that we can see where we ourselves are placed and those around us, namely the rest of the human race. As I mentioned, it was a hard-earned lesson as the doctor is not a man to use one simple word when 20 long and unheard of words will suffice. So due to my lack of education, I had to read his book constantly for months, trying to glean its meaning and the message contained within. That was 7 long years ago, during 2005, and I can report that I did eventually get it, and I did finally figure out how to calibrate all others by using a pendulum. What I didn't realize was how useful and fulfilling this map of the consciousness would be. Firstly, I now had a tool I could use to measure and determine a person's true character and make an assumption of whether they were kind and honest, or was I being presented with a front which belied the true motives that were really at that person's heart. I can tell you what a wonder and relief this gift alone has been, especially to a person like me that always saw the good in others and rarely saw the bad, and sometimes paid the price. It was now a simple act of measurement that decided where I would place myself in future interactions, closer or steer well clear. On the surface, this is what Dr. Hawkins is saying via his book, Power versus Force. The body will tell the truth about its owner, and that it is a very useful tool in the everyday world of 10,000 things. But after many years of using this system on a daily basis, if not hourly basis, I can report it has had a far greater effect on me than I ever imagined. The main reason is that I am a Westerner brought up on logic and reason. I like to measure things, and I like to know how things fit together, as many, many people do. I'm sure half of this universe. And although I have had a deep interest in spiritual matters and philosophy for several decades, it's all very deep and symbolic and ultimately mysterious. And I haven't the time or the propensity for that kind of thought process. What I ultimately learned from ownership of this map was where I fit in the great scheme of things, which makes me feel good. A long way to go, but I'm doing all right. It also lets me understand our real true purpose on this spinning ball of burning gas. We are here to evolve, period. But really, the most important thing is that I am now not fooled by the importance of worldly achievements, and know many so-called successful people, and he has that in, are slaves to their uncontrolled egos and have no real and lasting happiness. That generates compassion within me, which I know now to be the ultimate treasure. This stuff we call life is merely a sideshow of a busy ego distracting us all from the real reason we are here, to know our true nature and become one with the source of all creation. We now have a map to that purest treasure. So I was just reading from Anyone Can Live a Happier Life. And our next section, Happiness and Self-Love, is coming to you. Marion from Attire Beyond in Highland, New York, where we sell new and pre-loved clothing and gifts. Maybe a gift for you, maybe a gift for someone else. And we'd love to see you here sometime. We also sell on Poshmark. www.attireandbeyond is my website, .com. And Poshmark is Marilgold, Marilgold. Have a good day, guys. If you like this video, thumbs up, please. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll get notified anytime I put a video on. Love you all. Comment once in a while, would ya? I see the views, but I don't see comments.